out of that immortality field as Jexay tries to wall right up, but Dogman holds that right click down and does manage to finish him off. FRD, unsung hero right now for the Atlanta Rain.
The original Xbox had just come out, and my dad was a pretty big Xbox guy, and I remember we got it and we just played Halo all the time, like campaign, multiplayer. And so in terms of like first real like memorable video gaming experiences, like Halo 1 was like that for me. I mean, my dad we'd like do stuff in the yard as well, but yeah, I would say gaming was probably, at least early on in my childhood, like a big thing we bonded over. And growing up, like Call of Duty was like the biggest thing ever, and that's where most of my like game experience comes from, is like pretty much every Call of Duty I've played like religiously. So most of my friends were pretty big Call of Duty guys as well, so a lot of my friends, if not most of them, played Call of Duty. I had actually never heard of Overwatch like prior to its release. I remember I just checked it out. I was like, this looks pretty cool. So I got it like a couple days after release, and like I just instantly like fell in love with it.
As well, transcendences are out, so the ultimates have been used, and only 3 kills from them. 2 self-destruct kills from Fried.
And I didn't think I was gonna be that good when they came out with the like ranked system. I initially didn't think I was gonna make it like past Diamond or something like that, just because I had no experience before. But then I remember season 2, I hit like top 500 or something like that, and I was like, oh, I must be like pretty good at this game. I didn't take it like seriously probably until like another year or two.
Hanamura, second win. This is maybe their last opportunity to try to win a fight as a Graviton Surge, and the self-destruct is going to find a lot of value there.
Second wind was some of the most fun I think I've ever had playing Overwatch. I think part of it was people that were there. There was just a lot of people that made it like really memorable, and everybody was fun to play with. Everybody was really good too. And so it was probably like top 3 like most fun I've ever had playing Overwatch. I mean, the fun thing about second win was that we were just better than everybody else for the most part for a long time. And so to me at that time, we didn't really trash talk per se, but we would just make sure that the enemy team like knew that we were better than them. I think that second win team in particular made it a bit more fun. I had felt like ready for a long time. I had always kind of flown under the radar, I feel like, for a lot of people. I feel like the people who knew me knew I was good, but I don't feel like the general sort of community kind of shared that viewpoint. And Sephi is very good at kind of having an eye for people kind of go a little bit under the radar and put up good performances and good statistics and stuff like that. And so he had, messaged me and was like, hey, like, we're looking at you, blah, blah, blah. And then in a couple days I was on board with them. And so that jump to me wasn't like the scariest thing ever. I felt pretty ready for it, and so it was like a pretty exciting experience to be a part of.
Mongo went self-destruct, kills from that, but here's the shatter. Poco not picking up everybody. Ooh, that self-destruct gets 2. You saw it before it happened. The members of Florida Mayhem just not able to get behind cover.
Well, originally during season 2, I had been brought in as like a secondary off tank who they ended up using like a fair amount. I feel like I played pretty well all of season 2, and then obviously in stage 4 I had like a pretty breakout performance. The whole team in general kind of had like a breakout performance.
Again, that Popo drops onto the low ground, bomb up over the top, gets a double! Anabo and Mono both disappear!
In season 3, I didn't really see that much playtime, and I think there is like a certain perception of bench players that they're not that good, and I think the reality is there's a lot of talent, like I said, waiting in the wings to play and start and prove themselves. I feel like there's a lot of players that do go overlooked, or don't have the biggest reputation or image outside of the game that kind of hinders them from playing. But I do feel like there's an immense amount of talent that isn't really being looked at. I feel like I've always kind of been like a natural leader, and I feel like Atlanta, I didn't really get that platform to really be a leader that I wanted to be. I mean, it kind of happens to every player that ends up in a situation like this. Overwatch League is hyper competitive. There's only, so many spots to go around, and there are good players. Like, waiting in the wings like me and Fire. And fortunately enough, we have our chance now, and so I'm hoping that people see that we are competitive players and that, you know, this is our chance. And I'm hoping that we prove a lot of people wrong that kind of doubt us or just think we're, you know, mediocre or average. I want them to watch us in particular. And so I feel like with this second chance that I get to lead my teammates and, you know, just be competitive and, you know, bring the best out in my teammates and just win.
FRD on that sober down. He nearly has the EMP already. Coming in from behind, Florida Mayhem, don't know he's there. There it is, big EMP, and he gets Chris and Saya player. So the support's unable to help out as much as they would normally. Poco going for the charge, moved out of the way at the last moment.
You know, I feel like we're going to be pretty scrappy this year and pick up wins here and there, and I think that'll be something everybody will be excited for.